How much further must we heft this baggage? Any cell will do. Why not toss him in with this lot? They could use the meat. Them? What about us? My belly aches, and his flesh is seared just the way I like it. Quiet! You two whimper like grunts fresh off the teat. He's not meant for the jails. The hierarchs have something special in mind. Prophets of truth and mercy, I have brought the incompetent.
You may leave, Tartarus.
But I thought...
And take your brutes with you.
Release the prisoner.
The council decided to have you hung by your entrails and your corpse paraded through the city. But ultimately, the terms of your execution are up to me.
I am already dead.
Indeed. Do you know where we are?
The mausoleum of the Arbiter.
Quite so. Here rests the vanguard of the great journey. Every Arbiter from first to last. Each one created and consumed in times of extraordinary crisis.
The taming of the Hunters, the Grunt Rebellion. Were it not for the Arbiters, the Covenant would have broken long ago.
Even on my knees, I do not belong in their presence.
Halo's destruction was your error, and you rightly bear the blame. But the Council was overzealous. We know you are no heretic. This is the true face of heresy. One who would subvert our faith and incite rebellion against the High Council.
Our prophets are false. Open your eyes, my brothers. They would use the faith of our forefathers to bring ruin to us all. The great journey is...
This heretic, and those who follow him, must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
What use am I? I can no longer command ships, lead troops into battle.
Not as you are, no, but become the Arbiter. And you shall be set loose against this heresy with our blessing.
What of the Council?
The tasks you must undertake as the Arbiter are perilous, suicidal. You will die, as each Arbiter has before you. The Council will have their corpse.
What would you have your Arbiter do?
When we joined the Covenant, we took an oath.
According to our station, all without exception.
On the blood of our fathers, on the blood of our sons, we swore to uphold the Covenant.
Even to our dying breath.
Those who would break this oath are heretics, worthy of neither pity nor mercy. Even now, they use our Lord's creations to broadcast their lies.
We shall grind them into dust.
And continue our march to glorious salvation. This armor suits you, but it cannot hide that mark.
Nothing ever will. You are the Arbiter.
The will of the prophets. But these are my elites. Their lives matter to me, yours does not.
That makes two of us. There is no doubt the stronghold strike the facility.
We'll be long gone before it arrives. We are the arm of the prophets, Arbiter, and you are the blade. Be silent and swift, and we shall quell this heresy without incident. The storm has masked our approach, and it should have their local battle net in disarray. We have the element of surprise, for now.
Engage active camouflage. Reveal yourselves only after the Arbiter has joined battle with the enemy.
You may wish to do the same, Arbiter. But take heed. Your armor system is not as new as ours. Your camouflage will not last forever.
Well, isn't this a nice change of pace? Instead of playing as Master Chief and continuing his adventures, we are now playing as the Vidam, or as we will refer to him for forever, the Arbiter. Welcome back to Let's Play Halo 2, where this level is also called the Arbiter. The Arbiter doesn't really play much more different than the Master Chief, other than the fact that he can make himself invisible so you can do stealth stuff like this, which is a lot more handy than Master Chief's flashlight, definitely. Except, of course, when your camouflage has to recharge. Although, with our teammates, taking the battle into open conflict doesn't really make much of a difference. I'll be using that sword a lot more often in this level. This weapon here is the Covenant Carbine. It is the Covenant equivalent of a battle rifle, so it is very helpful. Definitely a lot more helpful than the other weapons that are present on this level. And here we have some sci-fi conveyor belts. They're pretty neat looking, definitely. They don't really detriment you in battle or anything in that section, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. Although there was one occasion, but that's on the Legendary playthrough, in fact. So while every other soldier in the Covenant army has infinite camouflage, the Arbiter's is only temporary. And believe it or not, the camouflage doesn't even last this long on the higher difficulties. It's even shorter there. But hey, let's give this elite a sword. He ought to be helpful with it. The energy sword is a very powerful melee weapon. And I do dismiss it a lot on Legendary, but... oh. It seems as though we've lost a soldier on the battlefield. That's a shame.
Sentinels, the holy warriors of the sacred rings. Why have they sided with these heretics?
Oh.
Arbiter, clear the hangar and open its doors so I may drop the second lance.
So giving that elite back there a sword really won't affect his performance too much when it comes to long-range battle, because Since he's limited to short range by the sword, he becomes very grenade friendly. Very grenade friendly.
Hold position. I am making my approach.
Time to do some sniping. Now, these flying robot things that were from the first Halo game are called Sentinels. They shoot you with flamethrowers. Or little mini flamethrowers, I guess. They're called Sentinel beams in this game, that's all I can tell you. Also, if you snipe them, or if they explode around you, it's an EMP blast that takes out your shields. So be careful around destroying the Sentinels.
Good hunting.
Oh, thank you, Elite. Now this, green firing thing here is a fuel rod cannon. It is only present in the campaign, and it is the Covenant equivalent to a rocket launcher. Although not as powerful, it can deflect off walls and floors and stuff like that if it does collide with them from a short distance. I really like my sword. It's a very helpful melee weapon. It pretty much instant kills everything. Unless, of course, you're playing on Legendary. There are some enemies that will take 2 hits then. But I suppose on Legendary, the sword will make you stand at least somewhat of a chance against Legendary enemies within melee range. On normal, using the sword on enemies, it just becomes a joke. Hey, what are you doing up there, buddy? I think you should get down. Get down. Come on. There we go.
Every grunt for good.
Excellent. Your journey will stop. Cleansing. I see one. Let it come. Maintain distance. My teeth.
As you can see, Covenant allies are a lot more helpful than Marine allies. And I really do like having them around. Because I can definitely say that for Legendary, the elites are incredibly helpful on Legendary, even though, if you've been watching the Legendary playthrough, so far, all of Master Chief's allies, which are all Marines, just pretty much keep dying instantly, but elites actually stick around, and they can actually help. Even grunts in this mission will stick around and be very helpful. Oh, by the way, I'm good with aiming with the sniper rifle, I swear it. But I suppose I will show off the Sentinel Beam, which, like I said, is kind of like a flamethrower. Oh. Oh yeah, those things take out your shields too. That's nice. I do not know why I engaged my camouflage there. But there's really not much to say about the Sentinel Beam. There really isn't. It's just a flamethrower. That's it. I suppose I will show off the Needler now. Although I won't actually be using the Needler because I'm just going to be doing stealth for quite a while. So, the Needler fires pink needles that explode. And that's pretty much it. I don't know how to explain it any further. I guess stick an enemy with enough of them and they pretty much die. It fires pink stuff that explodes, that's all I can say about it. I had no idea stealth was so prevalent in this game. And, of course, we have to kill grunts in their sleep. Don't you love doing that? I just wanted to get out of the stealth approach for a little bit. I'm an inspiration to you all. That's what he was about to say to me. You are an inspiration to us, Arbiter. Which I am not an inspiration because I just took out my own shields.
Next time, need it.
Yep, gotta get the lunge right. You will eviscerate the hair. I tried to do a speed trigger thing with the needler here, but it doesn't really work out very well. Because it can be fired 1.5 times as fast as its normal rate if you press the trigger fast enough, but I'm not very good at it with an Xbox 360 controller. See, I don't even need to participate in the fight. These guys just would take care of everything for me. I'm pretty sure even on heroic difficulty, they could pretty much do everything by themselves. You are absolutely not needed. Oh god. That wasn't necessarily a holy light. That was a light that kills people. You got anything more to say?
Fight, join your cause. Maybe this one will put up a fight.
This one is dead. Okay.
Deal with him, my brothers. I will defend the Oracle. Its truth must not be silenced.
Well, that's the heretic leader we have to kill. And he just took off in a banshee. So after a little bit of struggling here, we are going to have to pursue him. You know, grunts normally sustain for a while when they're on your side. And I think that's mostly because AIs don't really aim for headshots that well. But the heretic elites that carry the carbines are really good with their headshots, especially on Legendary.
The heretics are mobilizing their air forces, Arbiter. Get after their leader, but watch your back. I'm sending one of our phantoms to support you.
The Banshee is light Covenant primary aircraft. It fires standard plasma cannons as well as a fuel rod cannon. Yeah, it has a fuel rod cannon attachment, and that's pretty much all I can say about it. Also, it is a little changed compared to the previous game because you can perform aerial maneuvers like those barrel rolls and loop-de-loops and stuff. So There is a shortcut. If you fly over to where I just shot at, then you could pretty much skip this whole Banshee fighting sequence, but the music for the Banshee fight scene is awesome. So I just decided to stay. What are you doing, Phantom? Come on. My capture card glitched and made that bar of 8-8 seem like a bar of 7-8. Huh. That was really cool sounding.
The heretics have weapon emplacements all over the facility, Arbiter. We'll take them out one by one until we find the heretic leader.
So, I don't have much advice for Banshee fighting, because this is the sequence I always skip on Legendary, because when you fight other Banshees, it gets rather death-filled. You die a lot. Although, I guess I could give you some basic flying fighting information. Be aware of dogfighting, of course. You don't want someone to get behind you and start shooting at you, so you gotta do something about that. And that was a very skilled shot right there, if I do say so myself. I think we'll be seeing that area right there in just a little bit. Oh, you barrel rolled out of the way of my fuel rod shot. See, as you can see on the normal difficulty, the Banshee's kind of already, maybe 40% damaged. Well, imagine that multiplied by 2 on Heroic, and then multiplied by 2 yet again when you go to Legendary. Also, you want to avoid those fuel rod cannons, in case I have to tell you that. You want to avoid stuff that enemies shoot at you. Surprise, right?
Do you see, Arbiter? More heretics have gathered there.
So if you want to head down to that ground where grunts were just shooting at you with fuel rod cannons, you could go down there and grab yourself a fuel rod cannon for later use, if you really want to. If you're playing co-op, then I wouldn't bother with it.
No sign of the heretic leader or his banshee. We must keep searching.
This way, Arbiter. I see another heretic position.
We've tracked the heretic leader to this part of the station. Clear that landing zone and get inside.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is the final part of the Banshee fight. I had to do a lot of cutting because it is mostly just me flying around wondering what enemy I'm supposed to kill in order to trigger the next part of dialogue. The game is really not intuitive at all in that department when it comes to this section. And yes, wasting 10 sword ammunition, on a grunt seems rather wasteful, but if I only use it on elites, then I'm never going to use it up. Well, I'll see you guys next time.